hello. We'll get started in a minute. I'd like to invite a few friends as we get ready to start. Hello. We have one more minute. I'm trying to invite a few more friends. You can also invite friends to join the party. Today is Frugal Friday, and I am happy that you just 1 minute. And we are almost there. Just almost. Okay, great. All right, now we are starting. It is 6 o'clock, and I like to say welcome. Welcome to 10 minutes of Tipping with the Doctor. I am your host, Dr. Jacqueline Brooks, and I'm coming to you live from Charlotte, North Carolina area, where today it is a little warm. I wanted to bring this to you outside. However, I think someone was cutting the grass in the development, so I said, nope, I better do this as inside so there would not be a conflict with you hearing me. So first of all, I'd like to say again, welcome to Fun Frugal Friday. And I am your host. And thank you, Monique, for joining us. Okay, I talked to you last week about some things that we ended up with talking about, some things that rich people do that poor people don't. And I was going to share some more of those things with you first, but I decided to go along with another article I saw that might be more enlightening for you right now. We still can go back to that article because I do have it on the side. And if time allows, I will go back and add some things. But first of all, for those of you that are still awaiting your stimulus checks, if you have SSI or SSDI, your checks should be sent out, I think, on the 1st. They said the checks will be coming to you out on the 1st for the SSI. And however, if you do have kids, you need to go to the non-filing section, the non-filer section in irs.gov. Go to the non-filers section and complete the portion stating that you have children in the home, okay? Because that's additional $500 per child. So that could add up. If you have 2 kids in the home, that's an additional $1,000. So even additional $500 for one is great. And I know having the children at home, sometimes it means that we're spending more money on food or different things. So that extra money could be good for your pocket. We're going to be out of school here in North Carolina now until the end of the school, for the rest of the school year. So kids will be at home. And parents, I guess you really would need to know how you can stretch a dollar right about now, okay? Especially those of you that are not working and you need some other income. Well, I came across this other article that says 11 old things in your house that could make you rich. Okay? Rich. It said, that's what it said, rich. And I know sometimes we have things at home, especially with all of this cleaning out. Is if not our home, our parents' homes. All of this cleaning out stuff, and we're throwing away this and we're throwing away that. But put a hold on some of those things that have been around for a while, because everything shouldn't just be thrown out. And I know I thought about things years ago, the old iron my grandmother used to have, how I wish that it been kept, because my grandmother's 107 years old on May 10th. So you can imagine the iron that she would have had from back then would have been something great to go into a museum right now. So if your elders have given you jewelry or household items or different things, hold on to it, especially if it's 50 years or older. If you might want to sell it now, if you want to, if you're tight for money. But the thing about it is it's valuable, okay? It's valuable. One of the 11 things they say, number one thing you can check around your home is vintage Pyrex. Remember the old Pyrex bowls our parents would probably cook in or mix up something in? Those vintage Pyrex bowls are worth something. And I know in the past when I would sell some things on eBay, I could get a pretty penny for some of those things. But don't throw those out because you might be able to get over $100 for one bowl. You might say, oh, come on, one bowl, $100. That's excellent, I think. But they say the vintage, especially if they're well kept, you can get over $100 for the vintage bowls. Another is those record albums. We talked about that the other week, but they're saying that the Beatles, someone had a Beatles in the original cover album and it sold for $790,000. Did you hear me? Now that will set me up for the rest of the year. Next year, I think I'll be doing okay for a couple of years off of just selling that one album. All right. So that was that Beatles album, but what did you find in your store? What did you find in your parents' attic or what have you? What old album is around, especially if the artist isn't around anymore or whomever? Just check it out and find out what is it worth. Don't throw it away because it's not being used anymore. Well, you can bring back the old records, but that's not bad. That's not a bad state pay. Also, these Coca-Cola signs, some of the old signs they had from the gas stations and the stores, the vintage signs. And, I used to have a clock that was a was a Budweiser clock. And now I don't know where that is. And that probably would have sold for something good. When I was in the process of moving, sometimes, we just get rid of things and say, oh, this is old, we don't need it. But you don't realize the value of it. The price could be for one of those signs could actually sell for at least $500. Okay, according to this article, the vintage advertising sign could sell for close to $500 or more. Okay, so if you come across any of those, think about selling it. Also, furniture. They say today's furniture is different. And, they like the mid-century modern decorations now. And sometimes they just don't have them there. So they say that you could sell even your old furniture, your old chairs. And it makes me think about a chair that I have here that I know that should be, I actually know I have a chair here that might be almost 40 years old, okay? So that particular chair might be something they would want and would be willing to pay a nice penny for. I'm not sure, but they say that and your nightstands. Because if you look at how they decorate nowadays, some of the furniture from when a while back, they don't use that same type of furniture now. However, some people want that style. They want that decor. So that's a treasure that you have with some of your old furniture that you can sell right now. Okay? So don't throw it out. Think about that before you sell it. Also, antique rugs. From long ago, we think those old rugs up, and I just think about some my mom had too that we got rid of, I guess. Some of you might have some up in an attic somewhere or put away somewhere. The antique rugs from way back when, they are valuable. People love history. People love to get something that's from old time. Sometimes it's made better. It was made better. The quality was a whole lot better also. So it makes it even more so valuable to the person. So if you have those antique rugs, see about selling them. Don't just throw them away. And know what you're selling, even if you do it at a yard sale or something. No, don't let it go for $5. Know what you're getting rid of. Also, if you have any of those pocket watches, if your parents may have had a pocket watch or your grandparents may have had a pocket watch, that might be very valuable. They were talking about there was a pocket watch that the man had that died in the Titanic, and that watch sold for 500,000. Okay, that's a lot for a pocket watch. And like I say, that's not a bad day pay either for one particular item. So yours may not be that valuable, but it still might be valuable. Okay, sometimes it's where did it come from, whose hands was it in, but it's also the quality of the item. Another thing is first edition books. People love to get first edition books. So think about that, like Mark Twain books, and look at your books and make sure it's in good quality. The first edition copy of J.K. Rowling's book, The Tales of the Beetle, the Bard, was sold for listen now, $3.9 million. $3.9 million, okay, for one book. So you go back and you look and you see what type of old books that you think might be valuable that you could sell, all right? Now, old vintage jewelry. Now, I today put on these because these were a gift to me, and they were antique at the time that I got them. So I really don't know what the value of these are. It comes with a pen also. And I said, one day I have to go get these appraised to find out the value. But your parents could have had old jewelry that was passed down, or even from an antique shop. Like I said, these were a gift to me. Your jewelry can be worth a whole lot. Old pennies. Yes, old pennies. You look for the date. I have to hurry it up, but because our 10 minutes is up. But you see, I have some of my old pennies here that I'm going to go through. I got a bag of pennies here that I'm going to go through. And I have my old little teddy bear piggy bank that I'm going to go through. Yes, pennies, old pennies. They're worth more than a penny. Yes, they are. Because people are looking for old coins. All right, old coins. So you can sell your old coins. So just make sure you go through it and look. Even a silver dollar from 1795 was sold for $10 million in an auction, okay? And this was in 2013. $10 million. That's a lot of money to me, okay? I'm going to hurry it up because I know my 10 minutes are up. But there is the musical instruments, especially if they were handmade. They hold value. So look up in the attic and see if you can find something old, handmade instrument that holds their value. One violin was sold for $1.7 million. Yes. Okay. All right. That's money to me. That's money. And I think that's worth it. We have one more to go, and then I will let you go. I'm sorry for holding you. Typewriters. Oh, typewriters. And I started to keep my dad's a long time ago. And I didn't. But I did keep that other thing that came out afterwards. And maybe, who knows, that might be valuable. But an old typewriter, not electric, but just a plain old typewriter. Yes. An old typewriter is worth a lot of money. Okay, some typewriters are sold for $200, but if they're in good condition, some antique models can go for $500. And these are things that are just lying around your house. And yes, Monique, about the pennies, they said old pennies. So me, I like to go back. There's actually, maybe I'll put up on the Facebook page, the chart that lets you know where you can go to find out the value of certain pennies that they're looking for. Okay. All right. Thank you again for joining for Fun Frugal Friday. I had my glasses to make it a little fun because guess what? These are old too and they may be worth something. So our 10 minutes of tipping with the doctor are over. Thank you for joining so much. And remember to tune in on Monday where we will have Meaningful Monday. Also remember what you do today is your yesterday, today, and your tomorrow. Don't forget savings. Look for those items. Have a great weekend. Bye.